In this video, I will tell you about the path array tool of AutoCAD, and for explaining this, I'll use this geometry. Now here we have this simple spline, and that will simply represent the horizon of our ground, and here we have a palm tree block. Now if you want to make multiple copies of this palm tree along this path, then you can use path array, and for similar conditions also you can use the path array. So when you expand this flyout, you'll see this path array tool. Now select it and select the object, which is this one, and now press enter. Now you need to select the path, and here we have this path, so select it, and here we have it. All the objects are now added along that path. Now once again, here also we have the similar options which we have seen in the rectangular and polar array, but in this case there is a slight difference in this number of items. Now here you'll see that number of item cannot be changed, and here it is set to 14 by default, but we can change the distance between number of items. So let's now change this distance value to 4000 and press tab key. So now we are able to change the distance between items, but what if we want to change number of items? For that, simply go to the properties panel, select this measure flyout and change it to divide. And now you will see that number of items can be changed, but the gap between items cannot be changed. So you can keep any of these options active at a time. So if one of the option is active, the second one will automatically become deactivated. So in this case, we have total number of items as 10. So let's now change it to 8 and press tab key. Here we have it. Now we have number of rows which is set to 1. Obviously in this case also, if you want to add more rows, you can do that. So let's type 3, press tab key, and here we have it, which is quite confusing. In this case we don't want these many rows, so that will simply make it look very unnatural. So I'll type 1 again, and here we have it. Again, the levels that can be added in the Z direction, and we have the associative option. So as long as you keep this associative option checked, you will be able to modify this array even after making it. But in this case, I'll keep it unchecked. Now again, we have the align items option, and using this align items option, you can align all of these objects according to the geometry of this curve. So here, let's say that we don't want to align these objects. We want the same orientation of this initial object or this primary object for all of our copies of this array. For that, simply click on this to uncheck, and now we have all of these objects in the same alignment as the primary object. But if you want to align them according to the geometry, then click on this align items, and here we have it. So I'll keep it aligned. That looks a little bit better. And now I'll close the array. So here we have the final array. Now if you click on any of these objects, they will be individually selected, and they are no longer a part of an array because we have not selected the associative option. So if you want to keep it modifiable, if you want to modify these arrays even after making them, then ensure that associative option is checked. So I'll press escape key, and that's the final array. So this was all about the path array tool of AutoCAD.